my goodness, we're starting this. I
Yeah,
can't believe it. Came
okay.
so far a
Yeah,
journey. I would say so.
that's true.
Yeah. But anyways, hello and welcome to the pilot episode of What's the Topic Again podcast. I am one of the co-hosts. My name is Imaria Love, but on the internet I go by Mars. So, introducing my other co-host, which is my own mother.
Hi, my name is Deborah Love, and I am looking forward to take this journey with my daughter.
Yes, very, very, very excited about this, in my opinion. Been looking forward to doing this for a while. It was not my idea, by the way. It was this one's. She wanted to do it in the first place, and I was like, mm. And then years later, I'm like, now I want to do it. So,
It's all about timing.
yep, that's all that is. But we're gonna do a little introduction on our podcast, what it means to us to do it, and also a little bit about ourselves. Not too much, but just enough, to just for you to get to know us because we are not social media people at all. So I'm gonna let my mom go off and just introduce herself a little bit.
Hi, again, I am Deborah Love. I wanted to start the podcast a few years ago. I asked her, I said, why don't we just do something together? And, she looked at me like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. And as a parent, it kind of like, it stings a little bit because you feel like your kid always going to want to do something with you. But at that time, she decided that's not what she wanted to do. So, I just didn't think about it anymore. Just took it away and say, okay, you don't try to push too hard. And I just left it at that. And she came back around to me a few months ago and said, Mom, I think we should do a podcast. I'm like, okay, thinking to myself, so why does it sound so different when you say we should do a podcast, and then when I say we should do a podcast, and I just said, okay, let's do it. And people gonna have their differences of opinions. My thing is, you don't know me personally, so I'm not gonna take your opinion personally. And I had to learn how to live my life that way. People gonna say what they're gonna say. It shouldn't affect you personally, but I know sometimes it does, especially when people put themselves out in front of millions of other people, thousands of other people. I don't care if it's
Yeah,
hundreds of other people,
yeah,
but just to put yourself out in front, it's always going to be someone out that's going to be judgmental. It's always going to be someone out that's going to nitpick and do things. But I've learned from other people who are doing this is that people talk because they're not doing it.
right.
Just because you take in that step to put yourself out there, be it black, white,
Rich or poor, to
rich or
be honest.
poor, yeah, I mean, young or old,
Yeah,
you still have a voice, and you still are important.
yeah.
You have significance to
Everybody,
someone.
everybody has a story to tell, and especially for us, our journey this year, we do want to eventually share it later on in the podcast series. In general, we will have seasons. I'm looking forward to just this journey that me and my mom are going to be going on for sure.
The purpose of the podcast is just to share some things that we like to talk about and how those things, as far as affect two generations differently, as far as of the podcast, was just to share some things, some topics with you all because we talk all the time,
Yep,
but we always get off topic from the topic that we talk about all
yep,
the time. And it's like, well, what's the topic again? To get us back on track
yeah.
as far as what we will be sharing and discussing.
Do you have anything else to say before we really get in deep onto like little tidbits about us?
No, just, let them know that what to look forward to with us in as far as just having topics that we genuinely love to talk about and want
Yeah,
to share without oversharing.
yeah,
Yeah, you know,
Because I mean, we both to a certain extent are overshares, but that's just our bond over time.
right, right. So we
Because
try not to go.
definitely we're like, we ain't gonna say that because either A, she's too young, or B, I don't want to talk about it.
Exactly. You do have to have a boundary, even though she's my child and I love her and I do talk to her a lot, but I still trying to make sure I keep that mother-daughter boundary line there
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Still my best friend though.
Same.
Okay, so get into a few things just for you to bounce off of what I'm saying. I am a Taurus. You,
I am a Aries.
mm-hmm, which more sensitive. It's like a ooh. It's y'all butt heads a lot. Mm-hmm.
At times, but you learn.
Yeah,
You
I
learn.
definitely was. I would say is I'm still stubborn, but it's stubborn child, a teenager, more sense. Like my whole teenage years, it's just like just stubborn in my opinion.
Learning. That's why I wouldn't really call everything as far as stubborn. You have to learn. Well, you will butt your head. You know, be give some pushback.
Yeah,
But my thing is learn, be open to learn because parents do try to guide. And I know as a parent, maybe to a certain extent, I was not only guiding, I was driving.
yeah,
So I had to learn how to pump the brakes on certain things when it comes down to that and guide because it's going to be times when you're going to have to learn how to drive and figure things out on your own. I'm not going to
yeah,
always be there to guide.
yeah.
So from the guidance that I've given you in the past, hopefully that is enough for you to navigate through some of the things that we haven't discussed yet.
Yep. I would say this much. I am an only child. I don't. I do have siblings, but they are older than me. And when I say way older, it's not like it's just a few years. No, it's like
Two,
2 decades older.
close to 2 decades,
Yeah.
not quite 2 decades, but yeah, close to 2 decades.
Um, it's very hard for me personally to connect with anybody because of relationship bonds and everything like that. Because of friendships that I have in the past, or even a few that I have now that I still talk to, I treat them like sisters always, or a sister that I never have, and everything like that. So it's a very personal level when it comes to that for sure.
Yeah, and that's something you have to learn.
Yeah,
I understand being an only child is hard. I
yeah.
do understand that. I seen that, but I try to keep you around girls your age, be it
Not
the
like that
active.
didn't slip up from time to time.
Yeah, yeah, it did. But still, just being that overprotected parent, like I was and still am to this day, because so much still happens.
Yeah,
And even as you grow, and you still have to uh, be mindful of certain things that you say, do, people that you interact with. So it's it's still a learning process. To me, I
yeah,
feel like that you really probably not gonna understand the full spectrum of everything until you do reach a certain age threshold. Some
yeah,
people mature older than others. It's because of their upbringing.
yeah. Upbringing, environment,
Right.
probably too. You know, and just disclosing on how they went through stuff because obviously some celebrities go through that as well. How they started and where they are now is like, thank God I'm here.
Right, right. It's from the struggles from childhood to that led them to do something they feel like they have to be seen, they have to be heard
Yeah,
because then they get that opportunity as a kid,
yeah,
maybe, or maybe didn't get the opportunity as a kid to do the things that they felt like they wanted to do and not doing the things the parents chose for them to do. So that's why, you know, we are doing this because in the beginning I asked her to
yeah.
do a podcast. She said
No.
no. But now she is asking me to do it because she is ready. So it's not all about our timing as parents when it comes down to thinking that we know what's the best thing for our kids. Sometimes the kids or the child have to be comfortable, or even as an adult,
Hmm.
they have to be comfortable with doing what a parent asks them to do.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to do things when your parents ask you to do it, but you do it sometimes out of love, or do it because that's your mom or your dad and you don't want to say no to them. But
Right.
sometimes as a parent, you have to hear no
Yeah. And
because
accept the no, in my opinion,
right,
and
right,
just be like, maybe she personally isn't ready for it, or probably just doesn't want to do it at all, and
right.
just drop it from there.
And you think your kid is tough because you tough. You think your kid is ready to be on camera because you okay and comfortable being on camera. That's your
I'm like, you
path.
got decades underneath your belt
Right,
speaking in the microphone, being in front of a camera before.
right.
I mean, I've been in front of a camera myself, but it was more sense of like for pictures or for just like I said, picture day, or what is it?
School
Yeah,
performances,
yeah.
activities and things like that. Yeah.
And like I've been in front of big lights and stuff now. I don't know about this one, but
No, not
not like my extent.
not to your extent. Not that.
Yeah, but
With
I'm more of a
yours,
performer, not really somebody that can like get down, get deep. We gonna get into these emotions,
right?
like how you are. You don't try to dig like this. It's more sense of oh, okay, we gonna dissect it a little bit. Then we could do so.
When it come down to someone opening up, I wait for them to feel comfortable, and if it's their time to talk, then it's their time. I'm observant. They are comfortable, or just to let them know, I see you. I see you. When you're ready, then we can talk.
This ain't too professional. This is called homemade podcast. Authenticity, specifically on like at least quote unquote live camera specifically. And like I said, this is just a pilot. This is almost a tester for both of us to see how it is. The first episode's not gonna be like this. We're gonna shoot in the morning like I told her to do. But hey, it is what it is.
Oh, don't even blame me for
ah
that,
ah
because
ah.
someone else had other things they had to get done today too. So all right, it's not all of my fault because I was
I went
up.
to sleep late. I went to sleep around 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I was up, but someone had other things as other stuff that needed to be done
I was
before they
tired.
wanted to get on camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Mama's
mean,
not gonna take the blame for that.
yeah, my hair is black. If you're listening to the audio version, my hair is black, and it's not naturally black. It's actually a dark, dark, dark brown. But I have dyed my hair black in the past, and also red, which was really pretty. I like that vibrant red. That vibrant red was really nice. But it lightened my hair a lot, and I got sick of it. I'm like, I need my at least a natural color back or something,
Right?
and I just chose black because it was actually gonna be like somewhat close to my original hair color, but not really. So, but I just wanted jet black, and I like the color jet black. I always been a creative person, always have been, either from like just art or just being externally creative, like the way I dress and do makeup, my hair, all that. I just always like doing that because it's something new, and just trying something out, try something new, try something different, and it just seems like a lot of fun. I always wanted to do a podcast anyway, ever since I was a kid, but now since our relationship has grown, now doing it with you, I feel like it's gonna be probably one of the best things.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I just know that we can guide each other
Yeah,
on this journey. We can do that together.
we're
It's like
gonna have good laughs, give each other advice, or even just for y'all specifically to, help each other out, and just educate ourselves too, because
right,
we have some topics about that too. Very excited about some of them as well.
right. And I just look at this podcast as a platform to relax your mind, probably give you some things to think about, but not to the point of where it's going to be argumentative
Yeah.
Don't
Or
want
just a wee bit too deep. It's like, hey, we shouldn't be talking about that.
right. We try not to get too deep into some of the things that I know that it affects people in one way, form, or fashion, but try to be that platform where you can come to and be like, hey, let's see what the topic is again,
Hmm.
just to bring some type of take your mind off.
Yeah. I'm
I
like, how
was
these two women are doing right now, you know? I'm gonna
right,
say it's just something just to chill out, you know.
right,
Uh, we are not doing no social media platforms at all. We wanted really to focus on a website that
right.
I created for the podcast,
Did a great job too.
and it looks so cool in my opinion. And it's literally what it is. It's I think we're gonna go with either WTTApodcast.com or either what's the topic again.com, which will probably be that one to be honest. Trademark it.
Okay, I'm just following her lead right now. I look at it, I research it, and then we will move forward from there.
And it's gonna be, you know, has our introduction of this episode uh to there, and also blog posts when we post a new episode, when we want to talk about our own personal journeys. It's gonna be our own posts on the
Right,
blog as well.
right,
That's it. We're gonna keep this short and sweet, you know. We ain't gonna drive this pilot too long. We gonna
right.
have like, you know, maybe 20 to 25 minutes worth of stuff. But normally the podcast actually will be 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
Nothing too long. We ain't gonna take too much of your time unless the topic gets that deep
right.
and we need to, you know, continue on talking, and we continue to talk, and it's just a lot of valuable information that we have to say. So yeah,
But yeah, some topics probably gonna be a little bit deeper than others, and it may take longer than an hour. And if it does, we'll let you know at the beginning that this is gonna run more than 45 minutes or an hour. So we
yeah,
will definitely do that, so you can be mindful of your time. And I don't want to invade on anybody's privacy. I know you listen to podcasts while you're in the car. If you're doing something in the kitchen, you may want to listen to a podcast when you're working out. So we can be that podcast you can listen to.
yeah. Do you want to plug in your socials if you want to follow? I'm gonna say follow the podcast, which is what's the topic again. That's the ad for the YouTube channel anyway, and all over on Spotify. It'll be on Apple Music, and it'll be on hopefully Google as well. So if you want to listen to it or watch the visuals, it'll be on there. I mean, my social media ads are at M4RSXLOVE. I'm literally everywhere. I don't post everywhere, but I am everywhere if you want to follow me personally. Do you have any social medias to plug? Or you'd be like,
I don't know mine by heart like that. So that lets you know that I'm really not deep into my social media page. I follow other people.
yeah. So it's just more personal. That's just,
Right.
but eventually this one's going to be starting YouTube soon. So
And that'll be something different.
yeah, I'm gonna say we'll probably talk about that when it's like actually a full force for you
Right.
for sure.
Right.
But anyways, hope you guys get it. I hope you guys have a very very lovely rest of your day. We post every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week with the first official episode. See y'all soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.